Ahoy! My name is Clara and I love naval history. In this video, I would love to talk about the oldest ship of the line in the Mediterranean fleet of Royal Navy in the Battle of Trafalgar, the HMS Britannia. She had been launched on 19th of October 1762 as a third ship of her name in the history of Royal Navy. As other warships built in that era, it had been after 7 Years' War. And well, those warships were built for that war, but 7 Years' War ended before they were fitted, so Britannia and others of that era got commissioned at the end of another decade, 1770s. With her, it was particularly the year 1778. She had been built as a first-rate ship of the line. First rates had been the biggest warships in the Royal Navy, and there was the least amount of them, since they were pricey to make. It's practically an 18th century equivalent of an aircraft carrier. So it had been worthy to keep her for another 10 years before she was commissioned. Well, let's move to Britannia's first battle. It took place on 12th of December 1781 near Ushant. So it's called the Battle of Ushant. Sometimes it's called Second Battle of Ushant, since in 1778 another battle took place there. Channel Fleet, of which Britannia was part of, captured approximately 15 ships of French convoy, and none of the ships from convoy reached their destination. So this battle had been quite a successful mission. HMS Britannia got into another battle next year, but this time as a part of Mediterranean fleet under the flag of Admiral Howe. The Battle of Cape Spartel, that's the name of the battle, ended up indecisively and definitely did not help Spain in their siege of Gibraltar, which would also be unsuccessful. It was the third year of Revolutionary Wars, year 1795, when British squadron of 14 ships of the line, within them also Britannia, met 15 French warships which escorted an assault force from Toulon to Corsica. Both squadrons tried to outmaneuver each other for exactly 2 days, and then the French discontinued their action and sailed west. Next actual battle Britannia took part in had been the Battle of Cape St. Vincent. It took place on the Valentine's Day on the year 1797, near the Cape St. Vincent, as we can see from the name of the battle. So I don't actually know why I'm saying it. And was fought between Mediterranean fleet of Royal Navy and a Spanish fleet. Those two sailed parallelly to each other when the wind turned into favor of Spanish ships. So they decided to sail behind the rear guard of Mediterranean fleet and encircled it. Well, Spanish fleet got unlucky because Commodore Horatio Nelson guessed their intentions, sailed out from the British line and attacked the Spanish flagships, Santissima Trinidad. Well, that fleet Britannia had been part of won the battle, probably thanks to quick decision of Commodore Nelson, and the commanders of Mediterranean fleet became known in Britain. Our dear HMS Britannia, who by that time already got her nickname, Old Ironsides, hadn't been closely involved. She was too far away. In June 1804, she took part of Mediterranean fleet, again, as a reinforcement of blockade of Cadiz. On the 20th of October of next year, 1805, Old Ironsides, or Britannia, had fought her most famous battle, the Battle of Trafalgar. Okay, I think you do know this battle, but I still put here some really shortened description. Well, the Mediterranean fleet was commanded by now Vice Admiral Horatio Nelson, who we know from the Battle of Cape St. Vincent, and it had been known for its unorthodox tactic. Nelson divided his fleet into 2 columns which sailed vertically towards the Franco-Spanish line with the intention of cutting the enemy line. HMS Britannia took part in a column led by Nelson's flagship HMS Victory, and engaged various French and Spanish ships. One of them, La Intrépide, surrounded to her. The battle had been complete catastrophe for the French and Spanish and total victory for the Mediterranean fleet. Unfortunately, Nelson was hit by a musket ball and died after battle. At least he knew that Mediterranean fleet won. After the battle, HMS Britannia sailed back to Britain. She was the oldest British ship in a battle, so it had been quite understandable. On January 16th, 1812, Old Ironsides, or Britannia, got renamed on Princess Royale, and 8 days later she became a prison ship under the name St. George. I guess names are switching pretty quickly. In 1815 she was transformed on the receiving ship, and 4 years later her name changed again and she became Barflower. In 1825 she was, after 63 years of service, finally scrapped. HMS Britannia had been in service over the whole period of the pinnacle of Royal Navy's sailing ship, and that made her the perfect example of Britannia ruling the waves. That's all about this fascinating ship of the line, and I hope I'm going to see you next time. Bye!